Welcome back to Disturbed Reality. In the age of reality TV, social media, and internet culture, it's never been easier to garner fame and attention, regardless if you have talent or not. Many people display their talents and hobbies for the world to see, with a few being lucky enough to pursue this as a career that can lead to untold riches and attention. Others, however, are willing to sell their soul and dignity for their 5 minutes in the spotlight. The pursuit of fame and attention without doubt can lead one down a dark path, a path that can lead to pure self-destruction. However, a handful of individuals are willing to go one step further and commit the most heinous acts to receive the attention that they desperately desire. This mindset can be seen in several school shooters, such as Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, the Columbine killers, who murdered 12 students and one teacher on that fateful day of April 20th, 1999. Eric Harris wrote in his diary before the massacre, "It'll be like the LA riots, the Oklahoma bombing, World War II, Vietnam, Duke and Doom, all mixed together. I want to leave a lasting impression on the world." The boys sought infamy and revenants, which unfortunately is what they have received. Their names etched into the memory of many. Their despicable acts will not be forgotten anytime soon. Disturbingly, the deceased pair receive worship from a minority of dangerous social rejects. Fast forward 13 years from the Columbine massacre, and on the 25th of May 2012, a brutal video depicting the savage murder of Jun Lin was uploaded to a now defunct website by the name of bestgore.com. The gruesome video shocked both the virtual and the real world, with the case becoming a global news story. The man behind the video and murder was fame-obsessed Luka Rocco Magnotta. But who was Luka? Luka Magnotta was born as Eric Clinton Kirk Newman on the 24th of July 1982 in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Eric was the oldest of 3 siblings. He had a brother and a sister. Both Eric and his brother were homeschooled, as according to their mother, the world was a cold, dirty, and dangerous place. Due to the homeschooling, Eric had no friends in his formative years. His mother and father had a history of mental illness, with the father, Donald Newman, being diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic manic depressive in 1996. Eric's mother was said to be an extreme germaphobe with severe OCD. She had an obsession with cleanliness, often locking the children out of the house. Eric's parents would go on to divorce in his teens. In 1998, Eric Newman left homeschooling and entered the Weldon Secondary School in Ontario, where he studied until the year 2000. His teachers and classmates remember him as vain, arrogant, and a target for the bullies. It's said that he would tell outlandish tales and lies in a bid for attention among his peers, something that he continued to do long after leaving school. It is not known if he ever graduated. Upon leaving school in the year 2000, he worked several jobs off and on before moving to Toronto, where in 2002, he began working as a stripper at a nightclub called Remington's. Soon, he also started appearing in gay pornographic films using the alias Jimmy, allegedly completing 2 such films by 2003. It's also said at this time that he was working as a male escort in the Toronto area. Eric would also regularly attend modelling auditions, hoping to make it big in the fashion industry. However, he never got the huge break that he was hoping for. By around late 2003 or early 2004, Eric would take his first footsteps in criminality and sheer depravity. He had his first brush with the law in 2004 when he was accused of fraud and assault. He allegedly befriended a 21-year-old woman with the mental capacity of a child aged 8 to 12 years of age. It said that he convinced her to apply for credit cards and then he racked up $10,000 in unpaid bills. He was charged with fraud. Initially, police alleged that he seriously assaulted the woman and videotaped it, but the Crown dropped the charges before the case went to trial. In June of 2005, Newman pleaded guilty and was convicted of 4 fraud charges. Before his sentencing, Eric's lawyer showed the court a medical report revealing that his client had significant psychiatric issues. In handing down the sentence, Madame Justice Lauren Marshall issued a warning. You have a medical problem and you always need to take medication. If you do not, your life is going to get messed up. Despite being found guilty, Newman is given a slap on the wrist for his crimes, only being given a 9-month community service sentence and 12 months of probation. In early 2006, the then Eric Newman legally changed his name to Luka Rocco Magnotta. At the time, he was dating a transgender woman by the name of Barbie, who later revealed in interviews that his apartment looked like a shrine dedicated to himself. He would constantly ask for his pictures to be taken, and he would brag about how he would be famous one day. Desperate for fame and attention, in 2007 to 2008, Luka created numerous fake online profiles which he would use to talk about himself, spreading rumours that he was dating well-known celebrities, as well as spreading rumours that he was dating the infamous Canadian child killer, Karla Homolka. In fact, Magnotta managed to hoodwink the Toronto Sun newspaper into writing a story about him and his alleged relationship with Karla. In the article, Magnotta denied the rumours of the relationship. He also auditioned for numerous low-rent reality TV shows, such as Cover Guy, telling the judges, "Some people say I'm devastatingly good-looking." The judges rejected him. In February of 2008, he also tries out for a show called Plastic Makes Perfect, stating in the audition, "I've had my nose done, I've had 2 hair transplants, and I'm planning on having muscle implants in my pecs and my arms." Once again, he was rejected. By this time, Luka had developed expensive tastes and was living beyond his means, spending money on the latest designer gear and even splurging on cosmetic surgery. He filed for bankruptcy in 2007, where he supposedly was around $20,000 in debt. Magnotta stated the cause of his bankruptcy was due to illness, lack of employment, and insignificant income to pay off his mounting debts. Struggling for regular income, Luka lucked out in around October of 2009 when he met an unnamed 70-year-old man in Toronto. The two would become involved in a sugar daddy type relationship. During the short relationship, the pair travelled to Russia, Italy, and France. Though the relationship didn't last long, the unnamed man did an anonymous interview for the Canadian TV series The Fifth Estate, where he claimed that Luka walked as if he was on a stage or as if he was on a ramp for modelling clothes. He also said that Luka walked in a very special way and always watched for his posture. According to the unnamed man, Luka was very cold and wouldn't divulge into his personal life. By 2010, Luka was desperate for a break. His vapid and vain existence led to nowhere, and he was getting angrier and angrier. Here is where the story starts to get darker. By the autumn of 2010, Luka's social media posts became even more disturbing. He once again made posts about a supposed relationship with Karla Homolka. Under a fake account, pretending to be someone else, he wrote, "Luka is unable to live unless there is chaos in his life. It makes him feel as though he matters." Things took an even darker turn when he shared a murder video on his Facebook profile. The video depicted 2 teenagers murdering a man with a hammer, striking him in the face numerous times until his face is a red mush. The victim is also stabbed in the eyes and stomach multiple times with a screwdriver. The video is commonly known as 3 Guys 1 Hammer. Following the sharing of the Three Guys One Hammer video, Luka, on his fake social media accounts, made references to a video by the name of One Guy Two Kittens. Soon after, the video was posted online, originally being uploaded to YouTube. The video would be downloaded and re-uploaded to numerous shock sites. The video would also make the rounds on discussion forums, where internet sleuths and animal activists tried to work out who the kitten killer was. The video is extremely hard to watch. It's around 5 minutes long and opens up with two kittens laying and cuddling on a bed. Luka, in a POV type shot, can be seen playing with and stroking the kittens. The song Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year by Jun Lin can be heard playing in the background at the beginning of the video. The video then jump cuts, and it shows Luka, with his hood up and face concealed, placing the two kittens in a large transparent plastic bag. He seals the bag and uses a vacuum to suck the air out of the bag to suffocate the kittens. It takes a while. The kittens panic as the vacuum is turned on, and they slowly suffocate to death. Luka captures the kittens in their last moments of life, unable to breathe, and eventually suffocating. The backlash to the video was huge, and Luka was feeling the pressure. In January of 2011, it's alleged that Luka flew to New York for a break. While in New York, he allegedly contacted a lawyer by the name of Romeo Salter as he was concerned with the firestorm surrounding the One Guy Two Kittens video. He was convinced that the animal activists were closing in. He asked Romeo Salter if there were any arrest warrants pending on him. It turned out there wasn't. Also in early 2011, a new online hunt for the killer started. An 11-member online group called the Animal Beta Project started with the goal of stopping Magnotta before he killed again. A member of the group by the name of John Green stated the following in an interview: "We felt that he would continue, that he would harm other animals, and eventually move on to something even more violent, like hurting a person." The amateur sleuths analysed the kitten killing videos frame by frame. They claimed that the furnishings and the kitten killer's clothing in the video were the same as those in other images of Magnotta posted online. Although they felt they had their man, they couldn't locate him. In late November and early December of 2011, around a year after the first video was released, two new videos appeared online. In the first video, a man wearing a Santa hat is shown feeding a live kitten to a python. It's unclear where Luka got the python from, but allegedly, at the start of the video, a second pair of hands can be seen, making people believe that he borrowed the snake from somebody else. The identity of the other individual has never been revealed. The second video depicts a kitten that is duct taped onto a broom handle and then drowned in a bathtub. Just like after the first video, Luka Magnotta left town, but this time travelled to London. While in London, and by pure coincidence, the Sun newspaper wrote a story reporting on the mysterious kitten killer. Luka would then turn up at the Sun newspaper head office to deny that he had killed the kittens. In an interview, reporter Alex West described Luka's behaviour as highly suspicious and that it seemed like he was getting some bizarre pleasure out of the attention. Just 2 days later, threatening emails are sent to the Sun newspaper's offices, believed to be from Magnotta. They stated the following: "Next time you hear from me, it will be in a movie that I'm producing that will have some humans in it, not just pussies." The London police were notified of the threatening emails, but they said it was outside of their jurisdiction. By this point, Luka was a ticking time bomb that was about to explode. Despite the animal activist groups doing their best to get the Canadian police to intervene, it was to no avail. In early 2012, the AB Project Group received a tip that Magnotta might have moved to Montreal. The project members then began searching through their archive of Magnotta pictures, looking for anything that ties him to the city. Around this time, Magnotta's online activity begins to accelerate, with bizarre blog postings about murder, necrophilia, and sedatives. By mid-May of 2012, Luka, using multiple fake online accounts, made repeated references to a new video called One Lunatic, One Icepick that wasn't posted at this point. In one promotional post for the video, a picture of Luka wearing a purple hoodie while holding an ice pick was shared. A Casablanca poster can be seen in the background. This post created some minor buzz on forums and message boards, with one user writing, "Where can I watch the One Lunatic, One Icepick video?" After numerous promotional posts, Luka and his fake accounts went silent. Skip forwards to the 24th of May 2012, an international student by the name of Jun Lin went about his day as normal. He went to work and texted his friends at 9 PM on the night of the 24th. This was the last time contact was received by Jun Lin. Jun, originally born and raised in China, was an undergraduate in the Engineering and Computer Science faculty at the Concordia University in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Lin had been studying in Montreal since July of 2011. He worked part-time as a convenience store clerk in the Pointe-Saint Charles region. On the 1st of May 2012, he moved into the Griffintown area, renting an apartment with a roommate. Jun was described as polite, friendly, but somewhat shy. He liked to keep his personal life to himself, and is said to have hid his homosexuality from his family. A few weeks before his murder, he split up with his long-term boyfriend, Lin Feng, after his family were pressuring him to find a girlfriend and get married. He would regularly keep in contact with his family in China. Unbeknownst to his friends, Jun Lin organised a casual date with Luka Magnotta, who he met on Craigslist. On the evening of May 24th, the pair would meet in public, and then they would return to Luka's apartment. They arrived at 10:17 PM, as captured on apartment CCTV. The footage shows Luka holding the door open for Jun Lin. Little did Jun know that he was about to meet his untimely and brutal demise. Jun was savagely slaughtered that very night. On the 25th of May, a video titled One Lunatic, One Icepick was uploaded to Canadian website bestgore.com. Despite the shocking nature of the video, it soon went viral and the case would hit mainstream media. Interestingly, in June of 2012, it was reported that the Montreal police were investigating bestgore.com for charges of obscenity due to the posting of One Lunatic, One Icepick. The website owner, Mark Marek, was charged with one count of corrupting morals by Edmonton police. This rare charge is based on Section 163 of the Canadian Criminal Code and carries a maximum sentence of 2 years of imprisonment. The case dragged on for a few years, and Mark pled guilty in January of 2016 and was given a conditional sentence of 3 months of house arrest, followed by 3 months of community service. But nevertheless, what happens in the actual video? The video is a long one, at nearly 11 minutes. I would strongly suggest that you do not check it out. As the video begins to play, Jun Lin can be seen naked, tied to a bed with a blindfold on, while Luka stands menacingly over him. The song True Faith by New Order is playing, and the same Casablanca poster that was in the promotional post for the video can be seen on the wall. The video jump cuts, and Luka mounts Jun Lin. Whatever he is doing cannot be seen by the camera, as his back is obscuring what is going on. Luka then gets off Jun, and Jun begins to fidget around. It's worth noting that the victim was spiked with sedatives. At this point, it doesn't appear that Jun has any injuries. However, once again the video jump cuts, and Jun Lin can be seen laying motionless. The bedsheet has been placed over Jun's head. Luka then creeps into the camera shot, holding an ice pick. He then proceeds to stab Jun Lin in the chest and stomach repeatedly for over a minute. The stabbing motions that Luka makes are very theatrical. It's almost as if he's playing up to the camera. It's very reminiscent of the Icepick scene in Basic Instinct. Luka then takes the stationary camera to shoot a POV shot. He shows a close-up of the multiple stab wounds, though it's worth noting that there is little blood, though this is because Jun Lin has had his throat slashed off camera. Luka reveals this by lifting the bedsheet off Jun's head. Still shooting in the POV style, Luka takes a small kitchen knife and starts slicing into Jun's flesh, both on his right thigh and his right arm. He then raises the camera to show the Casablanca poster for a few seconds. He then focuses back on the body of Jun Lin, showing the full extent of the brutality in which he has subjected Jun to. Another jump cut occurs, this time showing Jun's head, which at this point has been severed. Luka places the head in what appears to be a black box, and he plays with the severed head's hair for a few seconds. Once again, we hit another jump cut. Luka at this point, camera in one hand, knife in the other, starts to cut one of Jun's arms at the shoulders, starting the process of dismembering the victim's limbs. Luka cuts through the skin and into the flesh. He continues for a while until the arm is half dismembered. He then proceeds to drag the blade across Jun's back, causing several deep slashes. Another jump cut occurs, and we see that both of Jun's arms have now been dismembered. The depraved Luka Magnotta then takes one of the severed arms, holding it by the forearm, and he starts to use the hand to pleasure himself. This is sick beyond belief. At this point, we get to another jump cut. The victim's right leg has been completely dismembered, and the left leg has been half dismembered. A close-up is shown of his stump, and you see the femur bone and the flesh surrounding it. Another jump cut occurs, and at this point, both of Jun's legs have been dismembered, and the body has been turned over so that it's laying on its stomach. Luka then starts to hump the dismembered corpse of Jun Lin. What is transpiring on camera is nothing short of nightmare fuel. Once again, a jump cut. Luka takes a knife and fork and is slicing a piece of flesh off the corpse's buttocks. It takes a while, but eventually he cuts off a small piece of flesh and places it on the fork. He raises the fork, presumably eating the flesh, though you can't see this on camera. After eating the flesh, Luka then takes a small puppy and places it next to Jun's dismembered corpse, and the puppy, presumably starving, then starts to eat flesh from the corpse's right leg stump. The video then shows Luka's helmet on Jun's corpse with a wine bottle. One last jump cut shows Luka once again pleasuring himself with one of Jun's severed arms. Towards the end of the video, you see several still photos of Jun's dismembered body parts. The video then ends. Following the upload of the video to bestgore.com, an attorney from Montana who viewed the video attempted to report the video to Toronto Police, his local sheriff, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation on the 26th of May 2012. However, the report was dismissed by officials. Best Gore viewers also attempted to report the video. Police later confirmed it as authentic and identified the victim as an Asian male. Several hours after killing Jun Lin, Magnotta booked a round-trip ticket for a flight from Montreal to Paris using a passport with his own name. Before he left for Paris, Luka would distribute the body parts in a way so that they would be found, ensuring that he would receive the attention that he desperately craved. At 11 AM on the 29th of May 2012, a package containing a left foot was delivered to the national headquarters of the Conservative Party of Canada. The package was stained with blood, had a foul smell, and was marked with a red heart symbol. A janitor would go on to discover the decomposing torso of Jun Lin inside a suitcase, which was left in a garbage pile in the alley behind an apartment building in the Snowdon area of Montreal. The janitor first noticed the suitcase on the 25th of May, but it was not picked up due to the large amount of garbage that day. Police would then search the scene, where they found human remains, bloody clothes, papers identifying the suspect, as well as sharp and blunt objects from the back alley. Another package containing a left hand was intercepted in a post-processing facility addressed to the Liberal Party of Canada. Footage from surveillance cameras inside the apartment building showed the suspect, Luka Magnotta, bringing numerous garbage bags outside. Police searched the apartment that Magnotta was renting on Descaries Boulevard. He had moved in 4 months prior, and the rent was paid up until June 1st. The apartment had mostly been emptied before he left, though blood was found on different items, including the mattress, the refrigerator, the table, and the bathtub. Police also discovered a message that was left in red ink, written on the inside of a closet. It read, "If you don't like the reflection, don't look in the mirror. I don't care." On the 30th of May 2012, it was confirmed that the body parts belonged to the same individual in the video, later identified as Jun Lin. Luka was then named as the primary suspect, though, by then, he had fled the country. A note was found with the package that was sent to the Conservative Party, saying that 6 body parts had been distributed and that the perpetrator would kill again. The other packages also contained notes, but their contents were undisclosed by police, who cited their concerns about possible copycat crimes. On the 5th of June 2012, a package containing a right foot was delivered to the St. George's School, and another package containing a right hand to the False Creek Elementary School in Vancouver, British Columbia. It was confirmed that both packages were sent from Montreal. On the 1st of July 2012, the head was recovered at the edge of a small lake in Montreal after police received an anonymous tip. An arrest warrant for Magnotta was issued by the Montreal police force, which was later upgraded to a Canada-wide warrant. On the 31st of May 2012, Interpol issued a red notice for Magnotta at the request of Canadian authorities. The red notice requested that Magnotta be provisionally arrested pending extradition back to Canada by any Interpol member state. Prior to the red notice, Magnotta booked a round-trip ticket for a flight from Montreal to Paris, using a passport with his own name. After his arrival in France, his cell phone signal was traced to a hotel in Bangolais, but he had left by the time police arrived. Police searched his hotel room, and they found pornographic magazines and an air sickness bag. They also found fake documents that Magnotta had used at the hotel, and they were in the name of Kirk Trammell. With police hot on his heels, Magnotta boarded a Eurolines bus at the Bangolais coach station, which was bound for Berlin. On the 4th of June 2012, Magnotta was apprehended by Berlin police at an internet café in the Neukölln district while reading news stories about himself. He tried giving fake names before finally admitting who he was. His identity was confirmed through fingerprint evidence. Magnotta appeared in a Berlin court on the 5th of June 2012. According to German officials, he did not oppose his extradition. There was sufficient evidence to keep him in custody until extradition, but he agreed to a simplified process. On the 18th of June 2012, Magnotta was delivered to Canadian authorities in Berlin. He was subsequently flown back to Canada and was placed into solitary confinement at the Rivière des Prairies detention centre. The highly publicised trial started in September of 2014 and lasted for 12 weeks. During the trial, it was revealed that Luka told a psychiatrist who interviewed him about the night he killed Jun Lin that a person named Manny was there, urging him to kill. It was then determined that this name and Magnotta's Trammell alias were inspired by Sharon Stone's fictional character, Catherine Trammell, in the movie Basic Instinct, and the character's fiancé, Manny Vasquez. Luka pleaded not guilty, admitting to the acts in which he was accused of, but claiming diminished responsibility due to mental disorders. He also chose not to testify during the trial. During the trial, defense attorney Luke Leclerc argued that Magnotta was in a psychotic state at the time of the crimes and therefore could not be held responsible for his actions. The Crown prosecutor argued that the murder of Jun Lin was carefully organised and premeditated, and that Magnotta was purposeful, mindful, and ultra-organised, and ultimately responsible for his actions. After a 12-week trial, which included 10 weeks of hearing testimony, the jury of 8 women and 4 men received final instructions from the trial judge on the 15th of December 2014. On the jury's 8th day of deliberation, they returned a verdict of guilty on all charges. Magnotta will serve a mandatory life sentence and will be eligible for parole after 25 years. He was also sentenced to 19 years for other charges to be served concurrently. One can only hope that the depraved Luka Magnotta never sees the light of day again. It's worth noting again that I would not recommend that you watch the One Lunatic, One Icepick video or any of the animal cruelty videos, as they are extremely distressing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, if you can enjoy this sort of content. Once again, thank you guys for all of the support that you have shown me. I know many of you have requested this video previously, so I thought why not make it now, let's get it out of the way. And yeah, it was a longer video than I expected, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Also, check out my other socials in the pinned comments. I am starting a Twitch channel, which will be in that comment, so feel free to follow me. It would be much appreciated. We should start streaming relatively soon. So again, thank you guys for the support. And as always, stay safe. And I'll catch you on the next one.